In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions. Traveling around the country, I get to talk to lots and lots of people, and not everyone I speak with is willing to be interviewed. And this particular interview is someone who was willing to speak to me, but as the interview went along, we found out that this was probably better that she remain anonymous for reasons that you will understand as you proceed listening to this interview. I hope you enjoy or learn as much as I did as you listen to Miss Anonymous. Are you ready to answer the 3 dream questions?
Somewhat I am, yes.
Okay, good. The first question is, what are your hopes and dreams? What are your aspirations?
Now in my life?
Right now in your life, or if you have some type of a wish or a hope for humanity or for your family or any level that you'd like to.
One of the things that I have wanted is to honestly fall in love with somebody for the very last time of my life and have them love me as equal partners, sharing good communication, and getting past all of the junk that happens within relationships. Just to have an honest, caring, loving relationship. I also would like to see the leaders of this world understand that they are just as human as the people who are suffering, starving to death, their children dying when they're very young. When they leave this world, they're going to leave it just like any of the rest of us. And
let me see if I'm understanding now. So what you're saying, what I'm hearing is that you want the leaders of the world, political leaders, the world leaders, to have more empathy for the rest of us, or to understand that they're just like the rest of us, that when they die.
Both. I don't think they have empathy for any of the people in their countries. I think that most leaders of this world are looking for power, are greedy. They don't care about the little people, especially in the third world countries. And I get very disgusted with it because those people have just as much right to be happy and live in a safe, loving environment. And I think the leaders of the world don't think about that anymore.
We had an earlier conversation this evening and we were talking about dehumanization. Yes. Does that fit into kind of what you're thinking, or is that related at all? Or
absolutely. Growing up in high school, I read the book Treblinka, which I didn't know what it was about. By the time I got done with it, I couldn't believe what was allowed to happen to people that were just so innocent. They never did anything to anybody other than they were labeled a Jew. I don't understand how anybody can do that to another human being. I have a very tough time when I hear political leaders talk about, the nuclear weapons and what they're doing and how much they have and how much power they have, and it's just also, to me, it's just a waste of time.
I'm picking up a lot of emotion behind this as well, that you have some feelings about this, and that I had an interview earlier with an Italian guy very early in my interview process, and he was saying that how can we give medals to people because they get to kill the most people, or they develop a weapon that can be the most destructive. We pay them a lot of money to do that, and he said he'd be ashamed to get money or to get a medal for doing something like that, and I'm feeling those same kind of.
Yeah, I mean, last night I met a gentleman, very nice man, and he asked me if I allowed people to hunt on my farm. I said, absolutely not. Those are my deer. They're on my farm. They're at peace. I want them to be left alone. And then he started talking about guns, and my feeling on guns is there's only one thing that they do, and that's kill. People, young children, animals. If you're going to hunt and eat the meat, I don't have a problem with that. But so many people now are just being gunned down. They're innocent people. But they didn't do anything wrong. And their lives are over, and their families' lives are changed forever. And I hate guns. Always have. To me, there's no use for them in this world at all. And, he looked at me and I said, I'm sorry, but no, you're not going to hunt on my land. And I know there's deer there. The other thing is when I was growing up and after I read Treblinka, and since I've watched some more of the Second World War,
documentaries,
Holocaust. Yes, from the Holocaust, and seeing what happened to those people and how humiliated they were made to feel and how useless they were made to feel. And I've been wanting to go down to the memorial, and I can't go. I feel like I was there. I feel like my soul was there.
You have a reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Very deep reaction to it. And it sounds like it's not only people, it sounds like you have a kind of a reverence for all life, with the hunting and things like that.
I do. I mean, I understand the hunting for food, if you need to do that. I understand that. That's important for some people. But just to kill.
Yeah. For sport.
For sport.
Weird. Yeah, I get that too. I'm wondering, you were talking about the book Treblinka when you were a young girl. Do you remember some of your dreams and hopes when you were a young girl? Say you were 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever. Some of the things maybe you wanted to do, or some of the things you wanted to see in the world, or.
When I was 6 or 7, I played with my dolls. I lived in fantasy worlds, I think. I used to sit on the swings and sing to the birds, and I feel a lack of knowledge at that point in my life.
So you were innocent in a way. You just
I was very innocent.
Very secluded, very.
I
sheltered.
was, very sheltered. But I didn't feel so much sheltered by my parents. There was something that a need in me to feel sheltered. And I think I brought that about for myself when I would sit on the swing and sing to the birds and have them they would always seem to come around me and make me feel peaceful. And
I'm hearing a little bit that this reverence for life probably started at an early age. I mean, a little girl that's going out and listening to the birds and singing with the birds and stuff. I have a daughter who played her violins. The birds, she went out and tried to copy the sound that the birds were making with their violin and stuff. And it sounds like you were having some similar type of experiences.
I certainly couldn't play the violin, but
But I'm saying you had a connection with what was going on around
Right.
you.
It was a place to feel safe.
Sweet.
And that maybe not someone, but something cared, the birds cared about that I was singing.
What we're doing. So the connection with life was something that's been going on a long time. If you could go back right now and maybe talk to the 13-year-old, or if you could go back and talk, or if you could just go talk right now to a group of adolescents, or maybe somebody that's just starting out in life, is there any type of advice or something that you wish you could give yourself or you could give others?
I wish I had known how to give myself advice to trust myself, to figure out what I wanted in life. It seems like I just lived. I didn't have any aspirations when I was 13. I just lived every day. I just woke up, I did what I had to do. I was a very
shy? Is that a word? Or?
Well, there was some shyness in my life. I've never been to be this bold, outgoing person. It takes me time to get to where I feel comfortable to talk to people. I've never felt that I've been good at that. But if I wish I had been able to give my 13-year-old the courage just to be herself and to figure out what she wanted in life, and not worry about what everybody else kept telling her she should be. Be the perfect daughter. You got to dress like this. You got to act like that. And instead of having somebody to talk to and discuss how to be a 13-year-old girl, in how to trust yourself as a 13-year-old girl.
As a human being, even. And, wow.
Yeah, it was, I never had that. I had been abused as a child. My brother abused me when I was 12. So by the time I was 13, I'm all over the place. My mind is like all over the place. I was not focused on anything.
Oh, you feel like your identity was taken away from you at some point, or hijacked? Or
yeah, it was. And I didn't realize how young it happened, so...